أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور.
Blessed, exalted above the attributes of created beings, is he in whose hand, at whose disposal, is all sovereignty, all authority and power, and he has power over all things. He, who created death, in this world, and life, in the hereafter, or both of them in this world, since the sperm drop is imbued with life, life being, that, power, by which sensation becomes possible, death being the opposite of this or the non-existence of it, these being two, alternative, opinions. In the case of the latter, life in the hereafter, creation implies ordainment, that he may try you, that he may test you in this life, to see which of you is best in conduct, which of you is most obedient to God, and he is the mighty, in his vengeance against those who disobey him, the forgiving, to those who repent to him.
ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير. ولقد زينا السماء الدنيا بمصابيح وجعلناها رجوما للشياطين وأعتدنا لهم عذاب السعير. وللذين كفروا بربهم عذاب جهنم وبئس المصير. إذا ألقوا فيها سمعوا لها شهيقا وهي تفور.
Then cast your eyes yet again, once and then twice, and your sight will return to you humbled, abject on account of it not perceiving any fissure, and wearied, unable to see any fissure. And verily, we have adorned the lowest heaven, the one closest to the earth, with lamps, with stars, and made them missiles against the devils, should they attempt to listen by stealth, in which case a meteor of fire detaches itself from the star, just like a brand is taken from a fire, and either kills that jinn or deprives him of his senses. It is not that the star itself is displaced from its position, and we have prepared for them the chastisement of the blaze, the ignited fire.
تكاد تميز من الغيظ كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير. قالوا بلى قد جاءنا نذير فكذبنا وقلنا ما نزل الله من شيء إن وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير فاعترفوا بذنبهم فسحقا لأصحاب السعير إن الذين يخشون ربهم بالغيب لهم مغفرة وأجر كبير.
Almost exploding, tamayazu, a variant reading has the original form, tatamayazu, ripped apart, with rage, in wrath against the disbelievers. Whenever a host, a group of them, is flung into it, its keepers ask them, an interrogation of rebuke, did there not come to you a warner, a messenger, to warn you of God's chastisement? They will say, yes, a warner did indeed come to us, but we denied and said, God has not revealed anything, you are assuredly in great error. This, last words, may be the words of the angels, spoken, to the disbelievers when they are told of the denial, or they may belong to the words of the disbelievers, spoken, to the warners. And they will say, had we listened, that is, listening so as to understand, or comprehended, that is, comprehension entailing reflection upon the truth, we would not have been among the inhabitants of the blaze.
وأسروا قولكم أو اجهروا به إنه عليم بذات الصدور ألا يعلم من خلق وهو اللطيف الخبير هو الذي جعل لكم الأرض ذلولا فامشوا في مناكبها وكلوا من رزقه وإليه النشور أأمنتم من في السماء أن يخسف بكم الأرض فإذا هي تمور أم أمنتم من في السماء أن يرسل عليكم حاصبا فستعلمون كيف نذير.
And, whether you keep secret, O people, your speech or proclaim it, he indeed, exalted be he, is knower of what is in the breasts, of what they contain, so how much more so, is he knower, in the case of what you utter, openly. The reason for the revelation of this verse was that the idolaters said to one another, speak secretly, and Muhammad's God will not hear you. Will he who has created not know what you keep secret? In other words, will his knowledge of things be precluded by such secret speech? And he is the subtle, in his knowledge, the aware, therein. It is he who made the earth tractable for you, easy for you to walk on, so walk in its flanks and eat of his provision, that has been created for you, and to him is the resurrection, from the graves for the requital.
وَلَقَدْ كَذَّبَ الَّذِينَ مِن قَبْلِهِمْ فَكَيْفَ كَانَ نَكِيرِ أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا إِلَى الطَّيْرِ فَوْقَهُمْ صَافَّاتٍ وَيَقْبِضْنَ مَا يُمْسِكُهُنَّ إِلَّا الرَّحْمَنُ إِنَّهُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ بَصِيرٌ أَمَّنْ هَذَا الَّذِي هُوَ جُندٌ لَكُمْ يَنصُرُكُم مِّن دُونِ الرَّحْمَنِ إِنِ الكافرون إلا في غرور أمن هذا الذي يرزقكم إن أمسك رزقه بل لجوا في عتو ونفور.
And verily those communities who were before them denied, then, see, how was my rebuttal of them in destroying them when they denied, in other words, how, it was true. Or have they not seen the birds above them, in the air, spreading their wings and closing their wings after spreading them? In other words, read wayak bidna, as wakabadaten, similar to safatan, spreading. Nothing sustains them from falling, either when they are spreading them or closing them, except the compassionate one, by his power. Indeed, he is seer of all things. The meaning is, have they not inferred from the fact that the birds are able to remain in the air that we have the power to do with them what has been mentioned above, as well as inflicting upon them other kinds of chastisement?
أفمن يمشي مكبا على وجهه أهدى أمن يمشي سويا على صراط مستقيم قل هو الذي أنشأكم وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون قل هو الذي ذرأكم في الأرض وإليه تحشرون ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين قل إنما العلم عند الله وإنما أنا نذير مبين.
Is he who walks cast down, fallen, on his face, more rightly guided, or he who walks upright on a straight path? The predicate of the second man, who, has been omitted, but is indicated by the predicate of the first, namely, ada, more rightly guided. The similitude refers to the believer and the disbeliever, and to which of the two is more rightly guided. Say, it is he who created you, and endowed you with hearing and sight and hearts. Little do you think. Ma tashkuruna, ma is extra, the sentence itself is a new, independent, one, informing of how extremely little they give thanks for these graces. Say, it is he who multiplied you, created you, on earth, and to him you will be gathered, for the reckoning. And they say, to the believers, when will this promise be fulfilled, the promise of the gathering, if you are truthful about it? Say, the knowledge of its coming is only with God, and I am but a plain warner, one whose warning is plain.
فلما رأوه زلفة سيئت وجوه الذين كفروا وقيل هذا الذي كنتم به تدعون قل أرأيتم إن أهلكني الله ومن معي أو رحمنا فمن يجير الكافرين من عذاب أليم قل هو الرحمن آمنا به وعليه توكلنا فستعلمون من هو في ضلال مبين قل أرأيتم إن أصبح ماؤكم غورا فمن يأتيكم بماء معين.
But when they see it, that is, the chastisement, after the gathering, near at hand, the faces of those who disbelieved will be awry, blackened, and it will be said, that is, the keepers of hell will say to them, this is that chastisement, which, the warning of which, you used to make claims about, claims to the effect that you would not be resurrected. This is the narration of a situation that will take place in the future, and which has been expressed using the past tense in order to confirm that it will actually take place. Say, have you considered, if God destroys me and those with me, of believers, by his chastisement, as you would have it, or has mercy on us, and does not chastise us, who then will protect the disbelievers from a painful chastisement? In other words, they will have no protector from it.